Set 4, some hints. Let's remember the basic rules. You have to get something written down. Nothing stays in your head. Fill in the angles. Substitute numbers for x and y, but write it down. Don't leave it in your head and start punching numbers into the calculator. Be neat. Think of simple examples when you're stuck. Or you can't remember if the answer is multiply or add, or subtract, divide, etc. Here's a good example of rules 1 and 2 in action. Mostly just rule 2. What is the measure of C? F, C, B. Well, I don't know. What do I know? Well, for starters, I know what this is, because angles on a line equal 180. So therefore, this little angle here is 33. It's something. Maybe it points me in the right direction. It gets me started. What else do I know? Let's look at the question. I know that these two lines are parallel. Therefore, this angle is the same as this angle, 90 degrees. Well, if there's 3 angles in a triangle and I know 2 of them, I can then find the third. And hey, that's what they're looking for. Find the equation of a circle with center at 0, 0, passing through 3, 4. Well, if you're not sure of the equation, draw it. There's our center, goes there, draw a circle. Okay, suppose you still don't know. What else is on this circle? Well, 5, 0 is, so let's check 5, 0. Does it work for F? No. G? No. H? Yes. J? No. K? Yes. So it's either H or K. Well, 0, 5 is on the circle. That rules out H. Therefore, the answer is K. I'll let you read the question. Lay these out. Label everything, because nothing stays in our head. They're talking about inches and not feet. Convert it to inches. There's 2 cuts, 1/8 of an inch each. Therefore, if I had a piece of wood at 180 inches, I'd already losing 2/8. So it's got to be just a little bit more than 180 inches. What's the measure beta? Well, if we know that angle, what they want is this angle. Well, I'm not sure. It looks bigger than the inside angle. Let's play with it a bit. Suppose we closed these 2 pieces of wood. Now we see that as this gets really, really small, this gets really, really big. How big? Answer the question. Draw everything out, label everything, and the answers become so easy. Here's one where I just play with numbers. All integers A and C. Well, suppose A is 1 and C is 0. That means that J is not even, K is not even, and you just play with it. A is 1, C is 0. So H, in this case, would be. So you change it around a bit. Suppose C is 1 and A is 0. The answer becomes pretty obvious. Questions like this, I like to create a little table. So I have 280 children aged 11 or 12. How many are aged 11? We don't know. How many are aged 12? Well, the remainder. How many years do I have? Okay, what else do I know? I know that that total equals 3,238. That's a typo. Finish the math. I have a geometric figure here. The diameters of the semicircles are the size of the square. Each diameter is 10 centimeters long. Let's draw this in there. Is that what it's telling me? That's 10? Maybe, maybe not. It's a start. Play with it. Remember, any tangent is SOHCAHTOA, S-O-H-C-A-H-T-O-A. So the relationship between 20 degrees, H, and 30, well, not really 30, just 15. Write out SOHCAHTOA. Here's a tricky one. What's the measure of the coordinate? How many coordinate units long is AG? Well, if I knew what the coordinates were for G, I could figure it out. Well, it looks like it's the midpoint between this. And I do know how to find midpoint. That would give me the coordinates for G, and then I could find the length of AG. Once you get something written down, things start to happen. What's the x-intercept of this graph? X-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis. That is, y equals 0. Therefore, this question then is 0 equals x squared minus 4x plus 4. Solve it. This is an easy one. If you're neat, be neat.